This song's so good. So much of Frick Bears uses, like, Persona 1 stuff. It's really cool. I didn't realize how much good music that game had. Anyway, hi guys. My fan is on in the background. Can you hear that? Is that, like, annoying? I'm hoping the music will cover it up. Hi, Chrome. Don't hear a fan? Okay, perfect. Great. Best case scenario. I was worried that that would be annoying. Right, I need to pull out my whole tablet setup. I've never streamed art before. Like, I don't even do it, like, on Discord to my friends, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but I just be feeling like drawing, so, and I'm not overly feeling playing more Ultrakill today, so, but I'll still be doing Ultrakill stuff. Drawing over as well over here? Nice. You doing stuff for your stream? I know you've been working on that. Gotta finish making the PNG YouTuber? Yeah. It's been looking good. Ugh. Chat border too? Yeah, you're going like full asset then. Alright, I need to change my monitor that I'm doing this on to 60 Hz. Because my tablet can only do 60 Hz and my setup includes mirroring. My setup is strange. Chat pipeline? Is it going to be like a... Is that what you're going to show it in? Like a mock-up kind of pipe? Have it poking out? Nice. The industrial theming is cool, I like it. Okay. Critter. I need to be sure to open the right critter because I have two installed. I have the flat pack and I have the actual proper file. And one of them is I've set up personalized and the other I haven't. So you know what, I'm just gonna run it as a command because I know that works. Should say dev. Yeah, it says dev build. Nice. Okay. I think I have the right screen being shown. Let me make a new image first. 1440 by 1440. Sure, that works. Oh, I'm showing strawberry. Not even a correct version of strawberry. That's frozen. Strawberry on my end is fine. It's just... Alright. Put it down... There. There we go. You know what, as well, I'm going to swap my playlist now. How do you guys feel about... I'll play Fraud. I love Fraud OST, so I'll play through that and then probably move more onto Shuffle afterwards. So let me shuffle this playlist and then copy paste that over. There we go. I also need to remove my little guy, actually. I want the album art to be shown. So, there we go. Alright, cool. Gonna be like a copper pipe at a window. That's cute. None of the stream element compatible videos can handle analog alpha values. What? I'm not familiar enough. All of the transparent elements that I ended up using were like they were GIFs anyway, so I didn't run into any issues. So that's a shame that you've been running into them. Right, what do I want to do? I think I'm gonna do my Heartbreak Wonderland idea. I've had that in my head for a while, so I'm gonna go for that. Which means actually I need to go get a screen cap. So let me quickly boot up Ultrakill. And I'll run through 8.1 real quick. Because I need a good picture. I'm playing this with my trackball in a very awkward position, so this is going to be This is gonna be something. There is videos that can handle it, but stream elements can't handle them. That's so annoying. Oh, I already have cheats enabled because I've been gathering footage anyway. Oh, I went into 8.2. Whoops, I wanted 8.1. Outside. There we go. Oh, the 60 hertz does not look good. Fun thing did happen, though. Oh. I want to try and get it as straight on as possible. I think that's about centered. Thereabouts. I don't know, height-wise, I don't have a good reference. Yeah, whatever. Doodled something for a Hornet Silk song up here, and they called you art cute. Nice. I'm glad. Alright, Garion's gone. I can actually take the picture now. There we go. Alright, I have something to work with now. And in fact, I'll surround the canvas that way around as well. I should pull up my note on my ideas for this as well, because I had some Dante's comedy, Divine Comedy thing that I wanted to reference as well. Oh yeah, writing Garion is something that a few people do, like, even now. It's really funny. Right, what did I name my idea? Where's my artboard? I have so many art piece ideas, hopefully this will actually make me motivated to do them. Alright, Spiral Out, that's what I called it. Hear the Tony Hawk stunt effect? Hell yeah. That plays in my head all the time. Anything remotely interesting happens. I used to edit it on top of Insurrectionist parries, so they kind of live in my head because of that reason. Right, I need to pull up V1 references as well, fucking hell. I can put my OBS over there, actually. Work, table, canvas, there we go. I was drawing Mirror Reaper the other day, so there's all of those references in the way. I need to get rid of that. Music isn't too loud, by the way, is it? I bumped it up for this stream. Hi, Alice. Good to see you. Right, how do I want to go about this? Oh my god, now I have to deal with all of the bullshit critter pulls on me. Along with a bunch of other people. That's gonna be fun. I don't know if anybody else uses critter here, but I have this issue. I have multiple issues where half the time when I'm in the middle of a brushstroke, it'll color pick, and half the time when I switch between eraser and brush, it'll just reset my zoom. It's so annoying. Music is very much not too loud. Good. Does that mean it's too quiet, or what's my mixer like? I should look over at that. Oh, I don't have it. It's inactive. Oh, my bad. Oh man, that's awkward. I don't have strawberry in this sauce. Studio mode. Strawberry audio. There we go. Why won't you enable? What the hell? Why aren't you enabling? Preview? Why are you locked as a preview? What's going on? OBS audio source is preview. Oh, because I'm in studio mode, maybe. There we go. Alright, is there music now? Negative 20 decibels it should be at. There we go. Alright. How's that? Too loud? Looks a little close to my mic level, but... Most intense drawing music? I put on Fraud OST so much. It's kind of a problem. It's been the thing that I've been, like, binging recently. I'll leave it as it is, and if you guys find it too loud, then let me know. My tablet's been glitching and it's so annoying, it just keeps cancelling the stroke. Oh my god. That sounds like the worst. Oh my, I'm so unfamiliar with drawing mecha. I really need to think of a better process. Let me open my other... Where'd my cursor go? There it is. Let me open my other art that I was recently doing a V1 to get like a reference. Hello? There we go. It opened twice, how jolly. Open the other one. Oh, then you closed it. There we go. Been listening for the past few days to Too Much to Bear. It's so good! Too Much to Bear is so good. I've also been addicted to that a little bit. It's a crazy song. What do you guys think of my Reaper, by the way? I've never drawn Reaper before, but I think this turned out alright. If you ignore the hand. If you ignore this bit. The other day, either Procreate or my iPad had a stroke. Made me reach the talk to the source of an annoyance like it's a 5-year-old stage. Oh my god. Inenviable position. Alright. I mean, this I barely did mecha at all. This was just like a torso. Because my idea is to, like, have a kind of falling pose, right? I kind of want it to be like a nicely framed falling pose like this. The idea is that you just burst up from the little lift thing. You know, you're floating there. That's the idea. It's just about how I do that. I also want it to try and be flat, which is not something that I usually do in my, like, drawings. Usually my poses are somewhat kind of angled, so drawing completely flat might be strange, but I want that to be the case. Thankfully, is that Jericho's art? I'm not sure. This reference that I have a V1 up on my monitor right now is flat from all angles, so that's actually quite nice. This is a really intense black. Excuse me. There we go. I hate drawing in, like, deep black. I find it really stilted and uncomfortable. I go for, like, a gray. Usually. See, why does it color pick there? It does it so often and it's so annoying. And I haven't found a fix for it yet. Deep black outlines in my pivotal art style. I enjoy them, but I just don't try sketching with. I don't enjoy sketching with them. I have to sketch in a kind of grayish, and then I can line with different colors later. I feel like they're uncomfortable to sketch with at the very least. Oh my god, every time I draw V1 as a learning experience, I never draw robots. Don't do it. I need like a count of how many times that happens. Don't do sketches. Fuck it, we bought. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I wish I could be one of those people, but I am not confident in the lines that I put down. That'll work for now. Stop color picking. I really don't know why it happens. Try to sketch, fail, give up, it doesn't work. Yeah. I have my biggest flaw with art is that I never render anything. I do a sketch and I'm like, I'm satisfied with that. And then I leave it at that and I never come back to it. 99% of my art is just dead sketches that haven't been completed. So we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping that kind of by starting to maybe stream art, I can hold myself accountable to finish things. But I've also just been doing other stuff lately, to be fair. I've been working on this video so much, and it's slow progress. I have such larger respect now for people who do video essays. I knew they took a lot of effort, but I didn't realize just how slow they are to make. They take so long. It's crazy. I should be sketching with a larger brush. I need to just be loose. Still further than I get? Yeah, I mean, it's somewhere, and it's nice to have stuff to look back on, but I have no rendered pieces, and that's a problem. Because I have no real rendering style because of it. And, you know, that becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, oh, I don't want to render this because I don't know how to render, and I don't know how to render because I never do it. Oh, I always draw like a line of action, but there's no line of action here. Because it's flat. But I still want to convey motion, which is the hard part. Line of inaction? Yeah, for real. It's just, like, flat. I mean, maybe it would change with the leg, but, you know, there's the other one to counterbalance it out, so, like... I love the mole segment in Devil Lives On. It's so good. There's a whole segment, actually, where this is, like, the only song that I explicitly talk about in my video essay, because I think it's so good. Because, like, to me, 8.2 is all about how, you know, because Fraud is about mocking the new piece, right? It's all about... The point of it being in the Fraud layer isn't the fact that the piece itself was, you know, fraudulent. It's the fact that peace as a concept to hell is, you know, like a fraud. It can't exist. That's not what humanity is. Humanity is, you know, violent. It's disgusting. So, 8.2 to me is all about sending for, because like V1 in a new piece, in the new piece environment is like a ghost of the past, right? You know, the new piece is all about getting away from the war, so having a war machine be in the environment at all is like a ghost of the past coming back. I need to look up a pose in reference to this. This is not going well. But like the new piece, a war machine being in the environment of a new piece is like a ghost of its past. It's the thing that it was trying to get away from. And so for Hell to, you know, give you this new piece environment to go through and be violent in, it's kind of like you are, you know, you're mocking the piece yourself. You know, you're bringing it back to violence, what it should have been to begin with. And the way that there's two different versions of the music, to me, it's like, hey, you know, the main theme of the song is about, you know, it's representative of bringing it to that violence. And so the way that it has two different versions where they both have the same melody and the same feel, it's like, hey, look at these different environments, but there's this through line of violence. Everything comes back to it. They all have it in common. Nothing is saved from it, you know? And I really like that. I really like the mall segment for that reason. It's kind of like the universality of the violence. I'm just gonna look up generic V1 art and see if it, that's pretty good. I've given myself such an annoying pose. One could say Hell doesn't have a sense of humor. Hell is a big artist. It's such an artist. In like a really messed up way, but you know, it's got a real flair for presentation and irony. How did I manage to forget to draw the breasts when I was doing the entire thing the other day? Oh no. These are very posy, but not really the posy that I want. Mirror Rim is also a banger song. The Reaper as well kind of goes into that theme that I was talking about, in like... The Reaper to me feels like Hell making what it believes is humanity. Like, the contrast between this disgusting, messed up creature in a peaceful environment, that's like, it's supposed to be saying like, yeah, look, you don't belong in a peaceful environment. You're disgusting. You're this abhorrent like mess of a creature. You never belonged in like a peaceful environment. So the Mirror Reaper is like a way to literally show that. Still have a headcanon that Hell is partially meant to represent a game dev. I mean, you can certainly see it that way. It's kind of, it's the extension of the dev's hands in like it's the closest thing to that. I can see that. You know, they're both kind of doing the same thing, just for different reasons. Being too detailed. I need to just be like abstract. Mirror Rim does remind me of completely panicking, bouncing around A2, lagging a B rank, hiding around the corner with a chainsaw. It's a real horror scene. Been using it while writing a villain? Oh, you're right. That's cool. The sad part about Mirror Rim, though, is that it very quickly moves on from the intro segment, and I want to use the intro segment more, but like any loop of it that I find is kind of jarring. I'm not afraid of you, whilst you're like cowering behind the corner. God, how do I want to do the legs? The intro is really good. People will make loops of it in a bit. I'm just yet to find one that I like.
I always do legs too long. That's like a recurring problem of mine. My legs are always way too long and I have to shorten them later. I think that doesn't have enough motion. Maybe I need to back away from the flat idea. It's kind of proving to be mega difficult. Also, the head's too big. I think so. Change that. Works on one of my Crimson boxes, Skinwalker. Cool. Using intro of Cold Winds as an ambience. I also like Cold Winds. I've used that song already, actually. Gives you Pizza Tower flashbacks? I hear it. I hear what you mean. I need to replay Pizza Tower. I tried it for a little bit when it first came out, and I didn't vibe with it. But, you know, I like Anton Blast a lot now that I've played that, so I feel like I would like it now. Wrong way around. I'm doing that. I'm just gonna sketch some faint, like, arm ideas. Man, I think I made a mistake by going so flat, but I want to do it flat. I just can't think of how to convey motion properly. Slime Kingdom is clockwork. Don't forget the L. You seem to have like a whole universe thing going on, Toad. It's cool. I really need like a reference for what I'm doing. I'm struggling to think of it myself. Calamity Downtime, AU for the generation after Calamity. I'm not familiar enough with Terraria to know what much of that means, but I know, you know, that Calamity is a fan-made mod thing, but I really don't know anything about it. And again, much less about Terraria itself. Somebody stealing world-building ideas, never finished any of them? I mean, ain't that the experience, right? I wonder if Pinterest has anything for me. Adblock, shut up. What the hell? I'm clicking X. Hide your pop-out. You see, for some reason, all of the art here is people doing drawings from side on, because flat on falling doesn't work very well. Some are world building, some are just artists, some throwing my ideas at the wall and have fun. Yeah, I mean, that's the freedom of writing. Hey, I've had a world building project for a long time that I'm kind of yet to do anything serious with. But I have it really planned out, and I have a ton of stuff going into it. I've done a few drawings of it, like, I'll pull a couple up. When was that? I think the last one that I did was, like, the stone statue. Yeah, this stone statue I see, that I've kind of been workshopping. I'll bring those up whilst I, keep looking for references. Oh, good. Thank you for that. Hello, I'm hitting the mod button. Let me kill this guy. Ah, whatever. It's not wanting to let me kill this guy. No biggie. This is maybe my favorite song in the game. It's hard for me to pick, but I think it might be Shattering Circle. Different redo? I thought Control Z would have been pretty universal. Oh, redo, I see, yeah. No, yeah, I see what you mean. Sometimes it's Control-Shift-Z, sometimes it's Control-Y. Yeah, no, you're right. Love how 8-3 songs all have obnoxiously long titles, yeah. It's good, though. Oh, man, there's no references as to what I'm going for. This is proving really difficult. I have like art in my head of what I want to like reference, but I'm not finding it. Who uses ult? I can't imagine. Oh. God damn it. Maybe I do it side-on instead, because I found a few good side-on references. I would have to change my background picture though. And you just try stick figuring. Every time I open my images folder, I see Trobio. Yeah, why do you have Trobio? You say you have context, so it's probably a good story. Watching a stream whilst watching a FNAF video whilst drawing at the same time. Hey, I mean, if that's what works, can't blame you. I do similar stuff. Yeah, see what I mean? Long legs. I have this and only on digital for some reason. Whenever I draw traditional, like my legs are fine. some reason, I always make them real long. These ones are too spindly, though. When I was fighting them, I was in a VC with someone, and I kept saying down whenever I figured out an attack. For the meme, I screenshot myself going to the Silk Song and downloading the time. Oh my god. Downloaded, literally. Yeah, this is okay. This is kind of what I'm going for, so maybe I just work off of this. Need to adjust the leg. There's kind of a non-existent pelvis right now, but I can fix that. I say, I'm not good at drawing pelvises. I've never been good. Thankfully, V1 kind of makes it easy because their pelvis is so exaggerated. I don't have to worry about connecting the legs in a human-like way necessarily. I can kind of get away with a bit of a disjointment. I'll see how I work with this. Maybe it goes the way that I want to, maybe it doesn't. Played enough deathmatches and fighting games that I've invented my own voice lines. I need to change how that was layered. Yeah, it would still be going outwards. I haven't played a fighting game in a long time. I used to play Smash a lot, but I haven't done that in a while. I forget how many hours I had, but I think it was like around 1,500 maybe. Mostly playing with friends though, at like lunch break. Just games of violence, I see. I feel like that's the kind of thing that streaming is gonna do to me. I talk to myself a lot anyway, and streaming is all about that. So I feel like it's just worsening my habits, but. I'll keep the foot. Silk's on deathmatch games? I don't play multiplayer at all. I get like performance anxiety. I don't know if anybody else gets that. But like I can do crazy stuff in single-player games, but the moment it comes to doing it in multiplayer settings, I get like stage fright, and it makes me really anxious. I don't know why. Alloy's a lot longer than this one. Mumble and talk to myself so much I have to talk to myself whenever I'm in a VC. Yeah, I feel that. 100%. I have to be like unnaturally quiet when I'm in a VC with other people. How gay is this pace gonna be? I don't know. It depends on your relationship with your perspective on the Hell V1 relationship. You can make that gay. The legs aren't perfect. They are still like messy. It's just, again, the perspective I've chosen is really annoying. Huh. Ooh, that's a pretty good arm pose. I like that. It's a different perspective than mine, but I'll take it. See, this one wouldn't be jutting out so much to the right. That's the problem. And then that shin is really stumpy. I fuck with the fall a lot as well. I like the fall a lot. Event Horizon slaps? Oh man, I can't believe you'd say that. You know what? I'll keep the Ultrakill OST going after this. Why not? I'll do chronological as well. Let me pull up the albums. Infinite Hyperdeath, Chaos Order, Imperfect Hatred, Pandemonium War, Violence, and then Fraud comes after that, but we just listened to it, so I'll put in Encores, and then Fraud. And if I'm somehow streaming after all of that still, then we'll think of something else, but I don't think I'll be streaming that long. Some people just don't like Event Horizon because it's popular. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's always going to be people like that, but that's their loss. Take solace in the fact that you can enjoy the music on your own. If they don't want to enjoy a song, then that's their choice. Okay, you know what? Different idea. I don't think I'm going to be able to make this pose as dynamic as I want to, so different idea. Let's pull up Ultrakill again. And get a picture of the other side. Because then I can do it front on and kind of from an angle. Because it doesn't make sense for it to be facing away from the sun. Do I want the building? I don't think I want the building. I'll use that. Are we gonna play Terraria? Alright, see you, Alice. No way to add a reference to streamer elements? What do you mean? Double bass pedals in Event Horizon 4, and they're great. It's just like this relentless pounding energy, which is exactly what Fraud is all about. It's just like pushing you to your break. It's the whole point. Alright. Let's go for the beginning. Oh, you're not lead? Oh, okay, cool. You just gotta be in the background. Like that appreciates it. Trying to line up my chat bubble? Oh, I see. What I do in that situation, Toad, is I make the background and then the chat bubble... Like, because you can change the background color in the stream elements, right? So what I do is I make the the color there, something really high contrast. And then I just like go adjusting it pixel by pixel, and then once it's done, I, change it back to a better color. It's not the best, but it's easier to align. Okay, right, now let me, try something new. Yeah, it's not glamorous. You can use multiple elements? Yes, you can. Stop color picking. I've never been good at drawing the V1 head. It's one of the more like shapely reliant mechanical parts of it, and I can't get it right most of the time, but we'll see. Whenever I listen to Fire Is Gone, I get such a... Like, the vibes of what this game was like on release hit me so hard every time. I'm glad that I can still, like, kind of feel that. Because the game is so different now. In, like, great ways, obviously. But it's just, like, I'm glad that I can still kind of feel what it was like back in 2020. Because it had a very particular vibe that, stuck with me. Something about, like, only... Because you only had Overture, Limbo, Lust, and Gluttony, right? And then the, and then that whole... all of that was characterized by that Fire Is Gone song. It was unique. The game felt a lot more somber, because that was, like, its defining song. And, since then, a lot more defining elements have come out. Alright, don't have that cut off there. Have I listened to the original Red Herring? I've not. I'm kind of bad with music, I'll be honest. I stick with the people that I like a bit too much. God, I don't know how to draw this thing's fucking head. How did I do it in the other ones? I mean, that was, like, my own, and that's side-on, so that doesn't really count. I mean, that's alright. What the hell is treachery gonna be? No idea, and I want to keep it that way for as long as possible. I feel like avoiding... I avoid spoilers in general as much as I can, and it was hard for Fraud. I got spoiled a bit on that. Just from the Steam page alone, actually, which was kind of annoying. I kind of wish they didn't do that, but whatever. But I imagine it's gonna be fucking impossible for treachery. That shit's gonna be everywhere. Avoid spoilers, get spoiled anyway because you're stupid. It's hard. I really wouldn't be too hard on yourself about it. It's difficult. People put them everywhere. I forget everything I've seen. I wish. Oh, why do I draw the mecha game when I don't do mecha? Yeah, I don't imagine I'm gonna be able to get to Treachery spoiler-free. Oh, I wish I had the talent to, like, understand geometrical shape design, but I just do not. Completely sealed yourself away from most social media? I'm the same. I am only on Discord and, like, YouTube, but again, like, Fraud got spoiled on the Steam page. Like, come on. And, Discord isn't hard. I just, I enjoy the community in Ultrakill Discord. And, you know, if anywhere is going to be full of spoilers, it's going to be there. So, like, I'm kind of doing that one to myself. Walks into Ultra Spoilers, sure hope I don't see Ultra Spoilers. Basically, yeah. Not that I've been hanging around in Ultra Spoilers a bit more lately, but normally that's not my purview. Usually I just stick around in Cybergrind, but even still, like, I'm asking for it by hanging around. Okay, what if I just do the front profile? Does that, like, help at all? Got chat aligned? Nice. Hate most Discords because anything big gives me an aneurysm. Yeah, fair. They just had to show the full-blown city in the Steam post thumbnail and pin it? Exactly! Like, it's not a big deal. Like, there's the people that care is like a fraction, but like, come on. I kind of wish they didn't do that, selfishly. That's an alright head. It's kind of off still. It's kind of flat here. It's flat on the top. For a rectangle, I really struggle with it. Thankfully, for the rest of the body, you can kind of take more stylized. Forget how fucking insane the early tracks are. I really, really like the overture music. It's really good. It's super simple, but it goes real hard on its singular style, and it benefits from it. It's kind of a shame that it repeats a track in game. Because, you know, 5 levels, 4 tracks, but it's not a huge deal. I do wonder what the 5th track would be if it was ever made, though. I'm under no illusion of this happening, but it'd be neat to kind of have a, like that made post hoc and put into the game. It's not, and you know, it doesn't need to be, but it'd be interesting. Alright, now I'm gonna leave the head like that. It's certainly not perfect, but I'm just gonna deal with it for now. It's workable. I can tweak it later if I really want to, if I feel that strongly about it. My name is version 1, am I in the Unstoppable Force Core Explosion? Yeah, I mean, that's basically how I play the layer. Just fucking core snipes all the goddamn way. I love Cerberus, by the way. Cerberus is one of my favorite songs in this game, just in general. The opening, and, well, it's kind of repetitive, but it's cool. I like the more abstract noise musics. That's why I like Court of the Crooked Saints and Cry for the Weak is the level. Court of the Crooked Saints, and, what the hell is the actual song called? I've forgotten what the actual song's called. Altars of Apostasy, that's it. I really like those two Heresy tracks. Okay, I'm gonna do the thing where I'm scared of editing the thing that I've drewn, so I'm just gonna do another layer. I have a layer problem because of that. Kind of the only Heresy tracks, and the others are bosses? Yeah. I do want to see more of the crescendo layers. Seeing more Gluttony, I think, would kind of help me place it better in my head. Gluttony feels weird to me. I kind of don't know how to feel about Gluttony. Gluttony Encore? I'm so looking forward to Encores. You've no idea. I'm so excited. By far the thing I'm excited most for in the remaining game. I just want to see more interpretations of layers that we've already been to. Violence Encore is going to be so good, man. It's going to be so good. I hope we get more 7-1 vibes from Violence Encore, because Garden of the Forking Paths is, like, by far my favorite aesthetic, and it's kind of only around for a tiny little bit. Everything else in Violence is really dark. Want Lust Encore so bad? Would you say that Lust Encore would be at its prime? Because I feel like everything about the Encores is like seeing them after kind of a time skip, you know? How they look ravaged after the machine invasion. I feel like that's mostly what they're going for. You know, Limbo's all burnt through and dead. Overture's been out of power for a while, evidently. Combine control? This will have to be shrunk down a bit, but whatever, I can do that later. Yeah, okay, that chestplate kind of does this. So Fraud Encore, that's just the fucking back rooms? Yeah. That'd be pretty funny. I think I wonder what the secret level is going to be. I feel like the secret level is definitely gonna pull some, like, pop culture stuff like that. I mean, it always does, but, you know. Given how backroomsy the room that you found it in was, I can imagine. And the secret room itself, that also carries on the painted sky aesthetic. I can see it kind of continuing that. Encores are literally encores in the exact sense of the term. Final performance demanded by the audience. Level starts off dead and barren. Stage empty when you first enter them, but they were back to life stronger than before. I can see that being interpreted as, like, going to its prime. Because in a sense, I guess you would be, like, you know, you're bringing it back and seeing how it is in, like, its most energetic form, I guess. I'm falling into the trap of being detailed before I have the sketch down. And you should never do that. V1 in the city tunnel just going, what the fuck is the earth movement? Right, then they have their little, like, fucking underpants. Where's the Sam voice? I have it on hand, actually. I have that. I can put the link in chat. There you go, Toad. That's what I use. I think it should have the settings. Let me know if it doesn't, though, because I have the numbers on hand for what it should be. Have it off Wikipedia? Fair. Fraud secret where you do nothing, that's a secret, get frauded? Yeah. That would be funny, but people would be upset. I would be upset, but it'd be funny for like a couple seconds. I'm gonna group you so I can move you around easier. I don't want to steal too much from this reference, but the pose is like bang on. You have a V-Series OC called Version Alpha and they're a recon, so they're a law node? That's cute. I really want to start, I want to start drawing more of this V-model OC that Cryptid made for me. I've shown this off on stream before, but I'll pull it up again, because it's really cool. Yeah, Cryptid City on YouTube, I believe, is their handle, and they just made this for me one day, and it's really cool. I want to kind of do more with this guy. I like the design a lot. Right, what to do with the legs? Now it's about trying to capture the motion of it. Maybe if again I do the arms first, I kind of give myself a bit of something to work with. Love this song? It's great. The structure of the sentences is really cool. God, the Deathcatcher ignoring certain enemies? Oh man, props to you. I don't envy you dealing with Unity and game dev jank. Killed by a flying piranha? No. Feels bad. No, I don't want to listen to Sanctuary. At least the very secret encounter won't be bloated. Nice. I'm looking forward to you finishing that. It'll be cool to play. Maybe I shouldn't bend this so much and have it instead be like a continuation. Maybe. Just like... Finish it today, tomorrow? Man, that's quick. Keep in mind it won't be good. Hey, I mean, it's your first. You don't put too much pressure on yourself for that. Point is that you've made it at all. Tons of people have had the idea to make a custom level and just never gotten around to it. Not sure if this is working. I would also say the foreshortening on this isn't really like it. Get some food? Yeah, good idea. I'm not sure what's the best way to have the arms carry the motion that I want. It's third Castlevania reappearance of the boss being 500 hideous messes. That's a surprise, man. That's the final room of 1 Gonna go hang out with your friend? Alright, see you Squiggly. Thanks for stopping by. Maybe I have their right hand hanging down. And then their lefts can be doing whatever. Log into the Ultrakill OST. It's a really nice OST to like binge. It's got like a nice background melting kind of vibe. You can get comfortable with it. I see I hit it then that one, wow. Anybody know about that angry partner thing that's mentioned? I do not, sadly. I'm not all that familiar with custom level stuff. Not on the mapping side of the community. See if I can't just have their hand there. I don't know what they'd be holding yet. I'll decide that later. Maybe shotgun. Also very, very varied? Absolutely. Oh yeah, TLS? Probably have to ask them when they're next in chat, which I imagine will be when I next do actual gameplay. I'm going to continue trying to P-rank Pain Atrophy next stream probably, which will be on Monday. Rando question, what is the character icon for me running around down there? You are... Oh man, I need to actually pull up the thing itself. Give me a sec. Man, that was a bad transition for some reason. Why are my transitions struggling? What the hell? You are... Oh, you're Ike. Fire Emblem character. It's because that's from the 8-bit Smash Bros. Put that over there. Try and get that out of the way without resizing the window. It's kind of a big-ass bicep. I don't know how long I want to go with this stream. This was mostly, to be honest, kind of just trying a different format to see if people would still tune in to something like art. Because I don't draw too often, but chat's been nice, so it's this has been successful for sure. It's good to know that I can do stuff like this. Fire Emblem for me has been that thing that I'm vaguely familiar with and would like to get into, but that'll be a while because there's a lot of them. Absolutely. God, there's so many of those for me. Like, because I'm off so many things. Like, I'm not on. I don't watch TV. I'm not on social media. I'm kind of really only on Discord for my social media. There's that you have that experience of you consume so many bits of media through clips that other people post, and like The Boys is one of those things for me. I don't watch TV. I probably wouldn't like The Boys, but like the fact that I only see it in snippets makes me think, man, I want to know more about that. Even if it's literally just reading what the plot is, like the little windows into stuff like that always get me for some reason. It's like, fuck, I want to know more. Although I've not been hearing good things about how it ended, so I'm glad that I'm not a fan. Versus, love this track. Could you imagine if Duel was instead Claire de Lune boss music? Oh my god, let me play actually. I'll pull up a song. There's a noise artist that I listen to that I really like. And they did a harsh noise rendition of Claire de Lune. It's really good. It's maybe one of my favorite songs. I'll play it after this. Atelier, there's like 27 of them? Holy shit. That's a vague fist. I can faff with that later if I keep going with this. Yeah, it's okay. The torso's a bit whack because of the pelvis. I really like Versus. I have a soft spot for it just because it was kind of the first, not the first, but like one of the first big bombastic songs of the game, you know? And I listened to it a lot because it was when the OST was smaller. The experience of Greed dropping... Melon cubes? Hell yeah, I could go for some of those right now. But the experience of Greed dropping and going and playing Clair de Celil. And I, obviously, you know, you play level by level, you don't see the title name, so I didn't make the connection. And, you know, I'm playing through the level, and I'm like, man, I wonder what this is going to be. And then, like, partway through the pyramid, I'm climbing it, and I hear the really slow chords of verses come in. I popped off so hard, you've no idea. I was freaking out of my chair, like, oh my god, we're going to see V2 again! And, like, just based purely off of the music chords. Because by that point, you know, we hadn't seen V2 in months. It had been like 6 months since the November release, and I think Greed dropped sometime in like June or August. So it had been a long time, and we hadn't seen V2, and it's like, man, what's gonna happen with V2? And so hearing the chords, it was like, oh my god, we're gonna see it again. That was a great experience. Random disabled gold zone that somehow holds everything together. Oh yeah. 0-0 coordinate, wonderful. Didn't Indie Cross also do that? I don't know. I don't watch Indie Cross. It seems overwhelming, but it makes sense when you realize that it's a whole much smaller separate series. Yeah, I mean, that's usually how things like that get so big in the first place, right? The lots of little things coming together. Yeah, I don't watch Indie Cross. I do not know what it's about. They played the versus based and made people scream. I'm sure there were a lot of people that were very happy to see Ultrakill representation of that. Watermelons in the top 10 food? Absolutely. I agree. Now, traditional watermelon or honeydew, do you think? YouTube series where indie games are crossed? I can't believe... Oh yeah! This is Deuteronomy's Clair de Lune, just because I was talking about it. I am gonna turn it down a little bit because it's pretty harsh. But I love this song. This is a really good song. Indie games working together? Interesting. I'm not one for crossover material, really, to be fair. Suddenly appeared holding the severed head of one of the villains. Don't even see them die. Yeah, I'm not one for crossover material, really. It's not typically my purview. It feels weird to me, I don't know. I feel like it kind of, delves into power scaling territory a bit, just by way of having them together, and I don't like that. Even, not that it usually goes for that, I feel. Holy, yeah, I know, this song's crazy. Frisco's doing genocide? Oh no. Power scaling is wretched. Yeah, absolutely. Reminds you of something specific and it's odd? Yeah, then the rest is like calm. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like it relies so much on like the creator's interpretations of characters you like, and usually it's not going to be the same interpretation that you have, and that's another reason why I don't always like it. Because, you know, I like V1 for very specific reasons, but I have my very specific little headcanon take of everything about them, and I feel like seeing something that goes against that, or like in my eyes, it's not misrepresentation because, you know, my interpretation is no more valid than anybody else's, but you know. It's like, this isn't my character, boo. Old Roblox game called Make a Cake? That's interesting. The Night was there, and I love that. I've seen clips of The Night in Indie Cross, I think. I think I've seen bits of them. This lake isn't really working out very well. I don't know if that's the pose I should stick with. I feel like the interesting part of Undertale is not needing to hurt anybody. Yeah, and I can see that being difficult to adapt into, like, different contexts, you know? Because, like, so much of that is based on the universe that it's set in. But, you know, also that's just the talent of the character Frisk. Or, like, a talent that could be a part of Frisk, depending on how you play. Is like, you know, that's, like, that's what makes them special. Resilience, but, you know, ability for pacifism. The animation of Indie Cross looks very cool. I really like the drifted beheads dynamic. I don't know either of those guys. Actually, no. Do I know the drifter? Like from Hyperlight Drifter? That's not the name, is it? It's the. I feel like I kind of. Oh, Dead Cells? Oh man, no, never mind. I was thinking of something else. Yeah, no, Hyperlight Drifter, it is that. Okay, cool. I did remember it correctly. This is a very messy drawing. This hasn't been going very well, but whatever. I'll keep it going. I'll see how I feel. I like having multimedia characters working together. Yeah, that's fair. It's very fun. It's a very like nice novelty for sure. I just feel like as I grow more attached to pieces of media, I value my personal interpretations of them more and more. And, I mean, this whole video essay that I'm doing is, me, you know, in large part, is me talking about my take on V1. And, like, the machines in general. Like, it's V1 through the lens of just the machines in general. So I'm gonna be able to have an outlet to talk about it. I'm gonna start having to do more voiceover. I'm kind of in the last 2/3, and I've been editing up until now. And not recording anymore, but I'm almost up to the point that I've recorded, so I'm gonna have to start doing more. And it's funny, so much of my room is the part of my room where I film my the video has changed a lot. Like one of my plants has bloomed a whole new leaf. I've gotten like new pieces of decor and rearranged, so it's gonna look like a huge time skip for no reason. One of my projects is a crossover. It's a very big one. Not just characters, whole nations into one giant world. Hey, I mean, go for it. That sounds fun. That leg doesn't really work. Talked about any of your villains? You have not. Putting together contradictory systems and making them all play nice. Yeah, that's the fun part of the writing, like from the author perspective. 100%. It's neat to imagine everything sharing commonality. Metaphor for generative AI? That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know how much this idea is panning out. Might instead. You know what? Render me. Do I? Generative AI fellow. called the Plague Task Force. Wow. On the nose, I like it. Requiem? I'm a fair fan of this song. It doesn't stick out to me hugely, but I enjoy it. It's funny. I really should keep to drawing them more simply, because the simpler that I draw the V models, the better they do. This is a bit of an over detailed mess. Trying to think what I want to do with this and if I want to continue. See, this is the reason why I don't usually stream art. So often I pick it up and I'm like, nah, and then I don't go anywhere with it. Tell you what, actually. Let me... now that I'm an affiliate, I have now access to custom emotes in that. So, may as well, whilst I'm live, what do you guys think I should add for emotes? Because, you know, either I can draw them or I can ask an artist friend of mine to draw them. Either way. My reading around lore for the project I mentioned led to me realizing Genshin and Calamity lore have a good few threads in common. That's interesting. My, something funny that I kept running into when I was doing Demiurge research for this video of mine was the fact that Genshin has Demiurge. Wait, was it Demiurge? That Genshin has some kind of religious system that is part of it. Like, is it Hermeticism? No, they have Archons. Yeah, they have Archons. I kept running into Genshin Impact Archons when I was researching them. Is there a Providence Smiler yet? No, there isn't. I should add the Smiler, though, but that's one that already exists. I mean, I guess, I don't know who that was made by, so I need to see. Genshin is so heavily inspired by Gnosticism? Yeah. I was trying to research, like, normal Archons that I kept running into Genshin Impact threads, and I was like, what the fuck? Why am I here? I personally am not a fan of the Gnostic theories in Ultrakill. I don't like what Gnosticism does to Ultrakill, but in general, it's got a lot of cool themes. Speaking of it as like a, you know, literary work, which it isn't. It's a religion first and foremost. It's kind of weird to talk about it as a literary device, but you know, people use it like that. What's Gnosticism again? Gnosticism is the belief that material reality as we experience it isn't, like, you know, that isn't how existence should be, and it's instead the material reality was fostered by this, like, fake impersonator god called the Demiurge. And, you know, there's a ton of interpretations about the Demiurge. You know, it ranges from being malicious and evil, making reality as a trap, or just, you know, trying its best but being fundamentally flawed. But regardless, through all of its interpretations, the Demiurge is defined by being flawed, or, like, being able to make mistakes. And, like, that's the idea of, like, oh, why do you not feel at home in existence? It's because it's kind of not meant to be there. And we're all supposed to have, like, this part of the real god in us that is kind of trapped here. Simulation? Kind of? Not necessarily. It's not that this reality is fake, it's that it's not... It's that it's kind of an impersonator, or, like, imposter universe, I guess. You know, there's supposed to be the true god in his universe, but then the Demiurge was brought into existence through a whole manner of things, and was like, I'm gonna try and make it my own. And it's not very good at it. And again, it could be not good at it because it's evil, or it could just be, you know, flawed. Yeah, that's a big part of Gnosticism, is, you know, you escape this material trap by achieving Gnosis, which is just learning a lot. and like achieving divine knowledge, looking beyond your surroundings. Probably doing the rock eyebrow raise. Oh, I have a good image for that. Hang on, let me. Probably eyebrow. Let me pull up the image that I'm thinking of. Yeah, here it is. I think of this, like this little eyebrow here. I want to do that. I can do that. That's funny. I like that idea. Let me... Whoops. Both verses had a world ruled by dragons until suddenly invaded from the heavens and tried to body them all. While in Genshin it was named the Primordial One and succeeds. In Calamity, Phobos the Moonlord, and basically nearly wins but loses. But the dragons die anyway. That's a funny fact that they parallel one another. Are they drawing from like the same kind of base inspiration, or is that like happenstance? Interesting. Alright, Provi eyebrow. That's number one. I'm definitely going to make that. That's funny. I'll, let me put this in a group as, like, the list. And I'll start, like, messing around with stuff. I need to pull up, like, a Providence reference image. Yeah, remember, paste attached, as on monitor. I think I should start going straight with my line art brush, to be honest, if I'm doing emotes. Fun thing about what I've been writing, we have a god who canonically doesn't act like a god. I wish I could talk about my world building easier, but it's just got so much bullshit attached to it that it's so annoying to explain. If anybody is familiar, though, with Hyperart Thomason and Pure Staircases, that's like a big part of it. Got to tank middle finger and a thumbs up? I would do one of those. But which? Which is more fitting for a gutter tank? Gutter tank middle finger is funnier? I'll note that down. In canon, Guzma just kind of wanders around the mortal world, get coffee. That's cool. Providences always look so dumb with your shit. They really do. They are just that they're perpetually unimpressed. Which is hilarious because they are like bottom rung, really. Nearly enough bottom rung. They do not have the... They don't have the credentials to be sassing you the way that they do. In fact, I think I saw Squibbly post something about that earlier in Ultrakill Discord. Give me a sec. It was pretty good.
Yeah, here it is. I like this image. I laughed at this earlier. Yeah. The cannonball weakness is ridiculous. It's so funny. Yeah, the nail gun on these guys is fantastic. I love it. Oh, that's not a complete wing. It like goes like that. I see. But yeah, no, a tractor nail gun on those guys is fantastic. I do that a lot. Just give the War Machine an SMG. I mean, SMG but worse. Because nothing can be straightforward. Everything has to be like semi-industrial. Which I like. I like the fact that all of the weapons are like kind of strange and improvised. Gives them a harsher edge. I still think the nail gun is like, it's simple conceptually, and like tons of other games have done it, but just, I think it's one of the coolest. Just the idea of this massive ass double barrel thing spitting out like a volley of flaming nails is, it's raw. Even some guy I had never played Pro before was kind of telling them to describe the nail gun, made me feel like I was overcomplicating it. Why do Providences look like flowery? What do you mean? Is it just the fact that they kind of have a flower sort of look to them with, you know, like a white center for a face? It's fucking raw. I should be using symmetry, shouldn't I? Yeah, you know what? Let me do symmetry here. And I'll erase those a bit later because you don't need the full transparency. It looks weird when they're all solid. I should be using symmetry, shouldn't I? Said every artist halfway through. Yeah. To be honest, I kind of forgot that tools like this existed until I watched a friend of mine the other day start making a VTuber avatar, and it was using the symmetry tool, and I was like, God, that's saving you so much time. I really like Glory. Glory. Good song. It's making the wings not quite line up with the original image, but the point is more that it's symmetrical, and that I care about. Overcomplicating it? Never done that before? Oh, never. Never has that been a problem.
I care more about it being symmetrical than I do it lining up with the reference. Because, you know, that'll make it a better emote. Not that I think the full thing will be the emote. It'll probably just be like a zoomed in part of it, but I may as well draw the full thing. I'll turn off Mirror Tool. And then do it again later when I start doing all of this stuff. What level of opacity looks right? That's still doing like a full erase. Why? That's not consistent. Kind of love Providences. They're way smoother than they should be. No, I like them a lot as well. They have a lot of personality, which is something that... Well, you know what? I was only thinking of powers. I was about to say that, you know, personality isn't something that angels typically get, and it's like, I'm forgetting about Gabriel and Powers, who are some of the most mouthy characters in the game. So, ignore that. But, you know, lesser angels, like, virtues really don't have much. I mean, they kind of do. Like, the fact that they get enraged after they miss you for a while is just, like, they're just mad that you're not dead yet. That's funny. They're kind of stuck up. But, you know, something so abstract still has some level of personality, and that's cool. Compared to virtues, they get a lot? Yeah, definitely. I love the fact that they added in the fact that it laughs at you with the whiplash. They, like, thought of that after the fact and was like, no, that should go in. They should do that. Might erase those more. Emoji is something wicked, just staring at her. What stare does it have? I should do hang. Yeah, no, that's that you kind of put in my mind actually. I should do skull ones. That'd be funny. I like the idea of those. Each one should have like a different expression. Like there's the salt one, there's the blue and the red one, and each one of those three should have like a different expression. I just need to think of what. I like that. Providences do not see you as a threat, but just get annoyed at you, and powers get pissed at you existing. Angry Virtue, Evil Ball of Rage. That's cute. I quite like that, actually. Yeah, just like an angry little virtue. He's pissed off. Because that's leaning into the fact that, you know, they're only mad about the fact that they've not killed you yet. Like, they've just been missing and they're getting embarrassed. So that's like the enraged, right? That's the perfect little petty kind of anger. Enraged. Virtue ball. I feel like salt would be neutral, yeah. Just like a stare. Like a... I'm thinking of like Monk Stare from Panseer. Or Slug Pup, that works as well, hang on. Yeah, it's just like this. It's just like, that's the salt skull. Just looking at you. Especially because it's never used in-game. I feel like it would look at you like that. But, like, it would have that stare, but with, like, a flat mouth, right? It would still be, like, a very sideways mouth. So that'd change the vibe a lot, just, like, looking at you like that. Ah, man, actually, yeah, Toad, yeah, Salt's probably better as just, like, the neutral skull, and that's just, like, that's, like, the skull emote. And then one of the... okay, right, on that, then. Which of the two, blue or red, would look at you like Slugpup stare? Which one would look at you like that? Which blue or red, what would look at you like this? Blue, to be honest? Yeah. I was kind of thinking the same thing. Oh my god, I moved my critter. I still moved my critter. There we go, okay. Alright, now I gotta do the eyebrow. Red would be pissed and purple would be happy. Where's the purple skull? It's in Clash mode? Oh yeah! I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, of course. It's gonna be kind of off-center because the eyebrow's so big. I'm gonna draw it. I'm not just gonna, like, have the image, but I'm putting the image there for reference. I see the vision. The vision is there. I might move the eye up a bit so it's like kind of more centered. The eye's not quite right. The eye isn't quite right. I need to fiddle with this more, I think. I think the outline's alright. Maybe I can make it bigger. Move the eye down? Do you think it should be down? I suppose. Oh, it's kind of made the brush go blurry because I've enlarged it. They're looking... I need them to kind of be looking up at the... I need to model the Providence Eye a bit more. Because, yeah, the Providence Eye is literally just that. So I should do the same thing. Don't worry too much about making it. Yeah, that works! Yeah, that's it. That works. I like that. Vine boom with reverb. Okay, so what do I do now to, like, color it? How the hell do you color a Providence? That's a hard one. I guess I could do, like, a kind of light gray and fill it with shine with white. That might be the move? Can you make an edit of this? Go for it. Yeah, I don't mind. How's that for gray? That's a decent gray. Oh, Cyber Grind. Hell yeah. Honestly, like, I just did a CG run the other day where I just listened to Cybergrind in the default music thing, and I didn't, like, have varied playlist, and it was great. I feel like consistency helps focus in that mode a lot. Do you guys actually, on the topic of Cybergrind, do you want to see the oldest clip that I have on my hard drive? It's from, like, November 2020 when I first picked up the game, and I was like, I think it was literally my first play session. And I was, like, playing Cybergrind for the first time, and it was whack. I think I have 2 surviving clips from that period. I have this, and then I have me fighting V2, and they're both terrible. Where's the V2? Oh, there it is. I'll pause the music and put on desktop audio real quick so you can hear the clip. This is like a V2. Old nail gun! Look at the old nail gun! Dude, that animation... Where it does that, where it lifts into the air, I want this back. I don't want it in the game. It blocks so much of your vision. It's so annoying. But I want a mod. I want somebody to make a mod. Somebody make a mod and bring this back. Please. I want it. So badly. Also, like, old nail gun had magnets and overheat in the same thing. It was strange. The old alternate revolver color. And with the old alternate revolver, you didn't have to pull back the hammer. You could weapon swap and cancel the animation. That was funny. My recording is stuttering because I was playing on a terrible laptop. Yeah, and then this is my old Cybergrind clip, which is really funny. So many old models. Old shotgun model. Old Malface model. Old swords machine model. Vaporwave? Yeah, I used to use the Vaporwave thing as like my first one. With all of the Starbuster textures. Those are from the guy who did Hyperlight Drifter, right? Like, he has some textures in the game, I believe. Old Piercer Charge Shot HUD color? Yeah. Yeah, these are my oldest clips. This one is dated November 2020. I think, like, 27th? 27th of November? Yeah, you can tell I didn't have this projectile boosting down. I'm sad that I don't have more clips from that time. I would have hoped that more would have survived, but they seem to have been lost in my PC moving. The plague from earlier, the internal areas are themed after evil vaporwave. That's interesting. Fitting for... Cause you said that's the allegory for Gen AI, right? Or am I mixing those up? If it is, then that's a fitting theme. Yeah, cool. Cybergrind is such a good song. And it's the entire reason we have the mode to begin with, so, you know, more reason to be thankful for it. The primary way that I play this game is based on on this song. I imagine an endless mode would have been added eventually. Like, it's not a crazy concept. It probably would have happened at some point, but it happened when it did because of this song. You know? Most of the PLG FTL Music is from a synthwave pack? Nice. You got music to go along with it. Cool. That's nice. Kill it. I find it funny that a lot of the guest composer music for this game has gone on to be some of its most defining tracks. Like Tanabarosa song as well, but from Keegan Church. That's like one of the Ultrakill tracks, and it's a guest composer. It's not a bad thing. It's just interesting. It's not that it's not like Hakita has a shortage of the music share anyway. The Keegan Church vinyl is the only bit of merch that I bought for Ultra. It's gonna be the only piece of merch that I ever buy for this game, to be honest. I'm not too bothered about the plushies. They're cute, I think they're silly, but I don't care to own one myself necessarily. I wanted the mouse pad for the longest time. I really wanted the mouse pad. I kind of still do, but I think it'd be a bit much. I feel like my setup is pretty chill. So I feel like a bright red mouse pad might be a bit much. I think the Keegan Church vinyl is like the only piece of merch that I've ever bought from like an IP. I'm trying to. Oh no, I have the Rainworld poster. I have the Rainworld moon foil poster. That's just a really good poster. Okay. Didn't buy the other Ultrakill vinyls? I thought about it, but the reason why I didn't is partly because of the way that I used the vinyl. Because I framed the Keegan Church vinyl. I don't, like, play it. And I can't, like, there's not really anywhere else that I would put other vinyls. So it's like, I kind of, I filled the purpose that I wanted to. So having more, I wouldn't necessarily have the same use for, you know? It'd be really cool to have the art, because, like, the sleeve art of Limbo and everything was great. Song has got to be the credits theme? I think it's definitely going to be a variation of The Fire Is Gone. I feel. Because, like, there's so many allusions to, you know, the fire in this game and, you know, what it means. Metaphorically, how it's kind of, you know, symbolic for life. There's the father's fire. I read, by the way, somewhere in Ultra Spoilers, how somebody pointed out that the god statue looks like melted candle wax. And I thought that was really interesting. Because, like, you know, it kind of alludes to the idea that the father's light, you know, God is like a metaphorical candle, it being lit ablaze, that being the father's light, and, you know, him being burnt out with creation and everything, his fire's gone out, you know, the fire's gone and all that. I like that. I think that's a neat illusion. But the way that I also see it is, the machines in this game are very much kind of like a forest fire in and of themselves. Like, they're this force that's just, like, burning and tearing through the world and, like, consuming stuff. But, like, they're consuming faster than things can be replenished. And so they're, like, gonna die out after this is done. Like, they're gonna eat everything, and then there's gonna be nothing left to eat. And then they're just gonna die out. It's gonna be like a sputtering fire flame, you know? So I feel like that in that way as well, you know, the fire is gone is, like, a nice endpoint. You know, the fire's died out. I looked down after saying that it is fucking Providence. Why is there a big... Oh, I just haven't colored it in. I don't think, anyway. Why is there a big... Okay, yeah, I just haven't colored it in. Mention how you snuck a Rainbow reference into your Calamity? You have not. Do you guys know the moon poster that I'm talking about, by the way? I'll take a picture of it on my wall. Because it's a bang-up poster. Really cool. It's like foil art, so it's all reflective. Yeah, this art. This poster's fantastic. Really, really cool poster. Okay, now to do the highlights. This is going to be interesting to try and do. Oh, I should do symmetry again, shouldn't I? So they kind of have it along their borders, like always. The borders of their wings seem to shine a lot. Secret world based on a reference mod for T-Mod has a biome called the Megastructures. That's cute. With the iterators in the distance. They're such a good skyline decorator. They're such like a striking visual. Turn mirror off so I can get some variations in texture as well. It's still on. Stop. Does that kind of look like a Providence? Is that like too much? I feel like it might be a bit too much. That's all for you. Gonna go sleep? Alright, see you, Alice. Appreciate you hanging out. Hope you sleep well. I need to as well go back and kind of make the grey a bit brighter on the parts where the wings overlap. There's a Calamity in joke in Rain World? Wow. Really? Where? With the Ultrakill? Huh. Small world. There's a graffiti of the Ultrakill. Huh. Happy to DM it to you later. Alright. I'll go light on the highlights in these inner wings because they're already kind of overlapped. I think next time I stream art, I should do like silly little projects like this rather than big illustrations. Because, you know, half the time I start a big illustration, it doesn't even go anywhere. I should have started with emotes. Pasted from the Rainworld Wiki. Inaccessible via normal gameplay, there is a secret pocket in the wall of the room near the eastern end of the tomb area in the Watcher Torrent Desert. Contains several Ultrakill. Fork-like AI-generated creatures became an inside joke of the Terraria Calamity mod community among Rainworld modders. Huh. Makes sense that it's in the Watcher. I feel that there's been time for the community around Rainworld to build up and start having some crossover. Yeah, small world. I like it when communities have crossover like that. It's cute. I don't need to make this part too detailed because it's just like a little tiny baby bit. Yeah, that's enough. So many references? Yeah, that checks out for like a community because oh no, Terraria in general. Interesting. I thought for a sec that it was just Calamity, but no. I think the grey should be a bit lighter. I'll do like airbrush as well to like soften the grey so it's not a hard line. That'll help. Oh, the wings are misaligned. No. That sucks. Super Mario 9 Cat. Entirety of the solar eclipse of horror movies. Wow. It's just nice seeing devs have fun with stuff like that, you know? Just kind of putting in what they want. Gives you kind of a peek into their little personality and little worlds of what they enjoy and putting it into their work. You know, you could be like Akita and just name absolutely everything after a fucking music reference that you like. One of the more insane references? Yeah, go for it. Chat's gone a little quiet anyway, so you have the floor. I'll probably finish up this Providence thing and call it there. But next time I stream art, definitely just gotta go straight for silly stuff rather than like trying and failing an illustration. That didn't help. Sunshine? Yeah, we'll listen to Sunshine, sure. Three levels of bait items, each word ending in bait, journeyman bait. Oh yeah, master bait, yeah. I've heard of that one. Same with like a morning wood and everything. I've heard of a few of those because they're some of the more blatant ones. Golden shower that shoots eco? Wow. You know, it kind of occurred to me the other day whilst I was getting footage of like secret terminals and that Lust secret level is the only one without a terminal. Like, you don't get a testament from that one. And, I don't imagine that it's for any particular reason, but it's funny to think about, because the testaments all kind of reflect the layers that they're found in, right? The Wrath Testament is about how God cast out Lucifer for just, you know, fearing his questioning and that, like, that's wrathful. The violence, he's contemplating suicide, you know, violence against the self. Greed is him making hell out of frustration because, you know, he wants humanity to listen to him. It's like, they're all kind of vaguely reminiscent of the layers that they're found in. And I just have to wonder if maybe they didn't want to try, if Hikita maybe just didn't have any good ideas as to how to incorporate lust into that God's terminal. Regardless, because Hikita thought it'd be weird to reward reading was more reading. Yeah, like, it makes sense from a gameplay perspective as well, and that's, like, the primary reason, I'm sure. Like, you just... Every other layer, every other secret level, you, like, find the terminal. It's gameplay-oriented. Like, it'd be... How would you even incorporate the testament into it? Like, you haven't even been playing the same game. Like, does it just flash at you at the end? That'd be weird. There's a million reasons why, like, it makes sense, but it's funny to think about, like, you know, they avoided the god's lust aspects. Okay. Now I'm gonna start fiddling with the gray. The gray should definitely be lighter. Like, even as a base. Yeah, that's better. Also, a cute thing when one of the devs passed away, Religic held an art thing in a memoriam. Aw, that's sweet. I should have been mirroring. Might be a Religic fanboy, but I mean, they sound like a good dev team. Nothing wrong with being a fan of good people. You know, so long as you're normal about it. How part of being a dev and one of the biggest gains that every day your wife likes Stardew Valley more? Red's white. Oh! Wow. Very cool. Kids have gotten into Stardew Valley. Terraria has been forsaken in this household. Oh my god. Can't believe they do that to him. That's funny though that those two ended up together. Wonder what led to that. Stardew Sync collab? Oh, I imagine, yeah. Yeah, Sands of Tide. I love this song. One of my absolute favorites. To be honest, it's kind of hard to tell if it is my favorite still. It just fills such a nice amount of my brain space. Feels like one of the more intense songs as well. Very aggressive and full sound fun. I like it. Oh yeah, I was gonna make the overlaid wings a darker gray. I keep like making new clipping groups rather than just like toggling the alpha on existing ones. There we go. Is that noticeable at all? Do the others layers just go... Oh, they just go over it entirely. Slightly darker. Yeah, there you go. That's a good color. That's a good shade, rather, I should say. And I don't think the layer being in this position will be any problem. Shame that it's overlaying with the line work, but whatever. Oh yeah, I should lower the opacity of one of the line works. Yeah, like that. Explain the Triax War because it's so stupid? Yeah, go for it. By all means. Oh, it is interfering. Ah, whatever. It's not a huge deal. Okay, now just for the gold bits and the rainbow, and then that'll be it. Man, maybe I should make the gray darker actually. Whoops. Oh man, that's like completely overpowering it. That's crazy. Why is that overpowered? I didn't think I like drew that hard. Oh wait, what the hell? When did I do that? When did I just solid color it? Hang on. Oh my god, did I change the... That's so stupid. I changed the color on the wrong layer. Man. Okay, well, shit. I'll just darken it on this layer then. Yeah, that's better. Much better. Red added a tree emoji to his name because Twitter added the checkmark thing, throwing him forwards to do so, jokingly warning people for not doing so. Banned from his own game's forums! Wow. Family drama on the Wikipedia page. Right, where do I color pick this gold from best? I really quite like Dancer in the Darkness, actually. I kind of forget that I do until I listen to it. I'm just like, man, I quite like this song. You know, I should be doing this on a mask, shouldn't I? I don't know why I'm editing the layer itself. That's just destructive of me for no reason. Oh, forums rather, sorry, not wiki. I'm gonna need to pay mine to the little extra backdrop wings that I'm doing this over as well. Is the V2 story you're mentioning? Yeah. No, those intro, like, vague bass, like, guitar plugs were crazy. I remember that day vividly. I remember losing my mind even more about the fact that it died. Like, the pyramid sliding scene, followed by it, like, fucking splattering. Crazy. This is where I admit that I don't know color theory. It doesn't look very good. I really don't know which I prefer between Reprise and normal verses. They're both really good. I think I just have more nostalgia for the original. No, V2 is dead, but we should fight them again, right? It's just God. It's crazy how long-lived that hope was that we'd be somehow seeing V2 again. Like, it's well and truly ironic now, but for a time, for a good while, it was genuine. Not sure how I feel about the highlights. Might just keep it as the two-tone. I'll see. What do you think? Do those highlights add anything? Or is it better with just the two tones? Rob, it's just eye candy. You're really good at this. Thank you. It's definitely going better than the illustration I started the stream with. Oh yeah, I should probably color the actual eye in gold as well, huh? Oh my god, more bots? God damn it, fuck off, man. I think that's alright. I think that works. Maybe I don't have the iris be... Yeah, no, better that way. Mid-tone, maybe? Okay, yeah, no, that's better like that. Okay, now for the background over like the prov, the ring. Sure, I'll take that circle. I'll put it below everything so I don't need to worry about overlapping stuff. Take it out of the clipping group though, stop. Yeah, better. And then what? It's just two ovals? But they kind of play with the eye, so I want to line it up. That works. And then line it up with the other one. I think they should be the highlight colors there. Make them stand out a bit, so they don't blend in so much. I think now that there's a highlight around it, it should stay like this. I think that's better now that there's other stuff around it. Maybe simplifying the borders. I'm not sure how I feel about the borders still. I'm not sure I've done them too well. They're a bit muddy. What if I just go back to normal? Now that there's stuff in the middle, does that frame better? Nah, I think it still could use the variation. And then I'll make the center a bit whiter as well. I think that could still be done. That's like blinding white. Yeah, it's definitely that's being affected by something. What's overlaying it? Is it this? No. What's making it go like gray? Okay, well that time I am just painting it gray. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the white makes the eye way better. The white makes it so much better. It was kind of muddy before, but that makes it so much better. I'll bleed it off a bit as well. Yeah, yeah. No, I just gotta add the rainbow. I'll just get like a PNG. That'll be easier. Sorry, I was tabbed out a bit late. Yeah, no worries. There's a slow stream. Okay, circle rainbow. PNG. I'll take this and see if I can't like add some filters to it to make it work. It's an SVG. Hopefully that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's big. Ferryman fight theme's so good. Combat Light My Darkness banger. Okay, right. What to do about making this work? Lower transparency, definitely. The Ultrakill one is a lot thinner. I don't know if that's a transform I can necessarily do. Can I transform an empty layer? What? What do you mean? Why is it recognized as an empty layer? Odd. Oh, that's a really good one, but it's not transparent. That sucks. That's a false transparent PNG. That's a faker. Hey, that's good. This is a good one. Why is it saving it? No, don't save it as HTML. Oh man, don't make me go to your fuck-ass site and like download it the scuffed way. Oh man. Lame. Oh yeah, make me sign up, will you? Fuck off. Not doing that. Man, it's kind of hard to find like a good transparent rainbow circle. Yeah, it's a fake PNG as well. Just say draw it at this point? I guess. It's just a really annoying thing to draw, I'll be honest. To get all of the measurements right is kind of really annoying. I wonder. This one is nice, but like it's got a fake background, but it's a solid white, so I wonder if I can't just like magic wand it. It might be scuffed, but this is such like a small image that it probably won't matter. Oh. It's a bit desaturated. Yeah, it's too desaturated. Let me see what other filters I can kind of apply to this one. Oh, because there's an SVG, it's all like messed up. That's so annoying. Let me see if I can't like export it to be something else. Convert to paint layer. There you go. There you go. Did I convert the wrong one? There we go. Okay, there we go. Now I can add filters. I should save this file. I realized that I haven't done that. Emotes. Oh, for God's sake. .cra. Why do I have to input the file thing manually? It's so annoying. The pixelized might work. Not that strongly, but if I can, can I, like... Why are you not letting me undo? There you go. Alright, you're being weird for a sec, Critter, for some reason. Okay, Nope. Add filter mask. There we go. Pixelize. We'll do it as a 5x5. That kind of works. I kind of like that. See what else there is. Could burn it a little bit. Well, I don't know. Didn't really do anything. Might blur it a bit as well. Oh, it kind of just undoes the pixel stuff, don't it? I mean, I could get like the kind of in-between that kind of... Yeah, I prefer it pixely. I don't know, actually. Does the blur add anything, or does it just kind of make it look like nothing? Is that better or worse with the blur? Oh, no, heightened with it. Yeah, if I make the pixels bigger, that's more obvious. Larger pixels with the blur works. I think that's a good Halo. What do you guys think? Do you think that's like good to call as like a done deal as a Halo? Because let me pull up a non-transparent Providence. You say saturated, do you think? I guess maybe. Transparency does rob it of a bit of the vibrance. Yeah, desaturate. Huh. Why can I not find it? Why is there no, like, easy find saturate? No, it doesn't work. That's not what I'm looking for. What if I just bump all of these up to 9? That didn't really change anything. If anything, it made it less saturated. Why can I not find this? Am I crazy? Control U. Oh, alright. That doesn't change anything. I feel like I'm being stupid, but I really can't figure out a way to saturate this for some reason. Ah, whatever. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Okay. This is basically done. The only thing that I'm thinking of maybe is changing the line art color. To be white instead. I'll do a 500 by 500. Yeah, like that. Okay, if I put the mask layer underneath, it shouldn't affect the bit on top. I'm thinking. Yeah, okay, we're good. So let me just... Don't lock that. Grab that color again. I've just missed a few spots. This is exposing, so I'm gonna fill those in. I really like Court of the Crooked Saints. This song's great. Yeah, it's heresy. Wrath just passed, dude. You missed it. Yeah, having such a pixely brush means that it's easy to miss chunks like this. Alright, do we think it works better with or... Oh, what the hell? What am I... Okay, there we go. Do we think it works better with white outline or black outline? I'm kind of torn, to be honest. It kind of changes depending on what the background is. Like, on a grey background, I think the white looks better. But, like, on a transparent background, the black looks better. Yeah, Altars of Apostasy, good song. Let me try doing white only on interior. See if I like that. Like, have all of the exterior lines be grey or black, but then have all of the interior lines be white. Part of the PLG is inspired by this part. Good inspo to have. Inspired by like this music, or like by this part of the level. Makes this part of Heresy in the second half 8-1. Interesting. Do the white interiors work, do we think? I think I like them. Maybe. Maybe I need to remove them on the big wings. Maybe these need to stay defined. Kinda just puts it back. I'll decide. I'll keep like sitting on this. I think I ah man, I don't know. I'll see. I'll keep messing with this off stream. We have either version though. Alright, let me undo back to the point before I cropped this. Oh, wait, shit. Yeah, no, what I should do... Copy this, then undo. There we go. But now I have my full canvas back, so I still have my list and everything. Why is this a group, by the way? Go away. I don't need you as a group. Alright. Well, that was fun. I'm glad I made that emote. That was a good idea. I like the eyebrow providence. I think this came out really well. I think this is funny. I don't have access to custom emotes quite yet. Twitch is like being weird with me. Every time I go on the page, it's like, whoa, we're still getting it ready. So I don't know what that's about. But we'll keep making them. I don't think I'll do an art stream next time, but I'll do another one sometime soon. And I'll just do emotes. Rather than trying to do a big illustration, I'll just do emotes. But yeah, I'll do more silly emotes like this. This was fun. You had this idea, didn't you, Slapman? The eyebrow providence. This is you. Man. Yeah, it was you. Yeah, good idea. This was fun. I think that's a banger emote. When I do emotify it, it'll probably be zoomed in like this, rather than being the whole thing. Because I think that works better as an emote, but still, you know, full thing. It's cool. This is fun. I enjoyed drawing that. That was fun. I should have just started with the, like little silly things rather than a proper illustration. Oh man. Right, we stopped just before Fallen Angel and Death of God's Will, so kind of a shame. But I am ready to call that a day. Shame I didn't spend more time on funny things like this. I would have gotten more done, but whatever, it's for next time. I'll do this next time. And what's a good... You know, you can have Inert's version of Death of God's Will. You don't get the real one, but you get Inert's. Well, considering that I kind of fumbled half of stream by doing something that didn't go anywhere, and I like did the engaging part was the emotes, right? I should have just I've said this 10 times already, but I should have just started with it. But considering that was a good stream. I'm glad the art stream went down well. I was kind of worrying that it would lead nowhere, but that was fun. I appreciate everybody coming by. Gonna do more of these, and they're all gonna be like, you know, involving chat, coming up with silly ideas, making silly things. That's a better idea for an art stream. Unless I already have something that I'm like in the process of finishing, I shouldn't be trying to do illustrations. But yeah, thank you very much for coming by. Level is nearly done, just need to finish the portal, then I'll post it on Angry File. Hell yeah! If that's... That'll probably be done by next stream, so next stream, tell me about it, and I'll note it down with the link and everything to go grab. Depending on what I'm doing on Monday, I might even play it, but I think I'll do more pain atrophy stuff on Monday. I want to keep going on that. But yeah, I'm excited to see what you do. Let me send you the Ultrakill. Oh yeah, good idea. I'd almost forgotten to remind you. Yeah, I'm excited to try out your level. That'll be cool. I'm interested to see what you do. Oh man. Well, I am gonna call it there. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you for the ideas. I'm excited to do more emote stuff next time that I do an art stream, so we can do more silly stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Have a good night.